You are now watching Lesage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' peeps? Welcome back to the channel. Lesage here. Word up! Today we're going to be covering over LucMetal. Now, I have covered LucMetal on the channel before, but this is really the version that is the tag call version. The version that I most recently put up about a month ago is the Pokegear version. This version is actually the better one, so I've been meaning to get around to it to update all my lists, and this is really the most updated list that I got going on, so hopefully you enjoy watching it. It's one of the top 5 or 6 decks in the metagame, so it's really going to be helpful to watch this one. If you haven't already, give this video a like. It really does help boost the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. We just passed 5,200 subs. Hopefully we can get well on our way to getting to 7,500. That's really our next milestone for this channel. And beyond that, check out the description, check out some of my sponsors, maybe pick up a Lesage t-shirt or playmat. All this stuff really does help support me as a content creator. That being said, I am going to showcase what's going on with this deck list, so let's see exactly what's going on. Alright, let's see what's poppin', peeps. LucMetal, or Lucario and Melmetal-GX, is one of those kind of long-staying decks in our standard formats. Heavily played by players like Joshua Sutherland, and even myself. I came second place at the Players Cup 4 qualifiers in North America with pretty much exclusively LucMetal at an 85% win percentage in the quals. Switched from LucMetals and probably forever regretted my choice. LucMetal is great at using Full Metal Wall GX to reduce damage done to your metal type Pokemon and ripping all your opponent's energies. Based off things that I've learned, Full Metal Wall GX is very difficult to time correctly. Using your GX attack at a certain time is going to be more effective than others. So finding the exact moment in a game to use Full Metal Wall is huge. Steel Fist is a great way to power up energy into play, and Heavy Metal Impact when you have things such as reducing your 30 damage from Full Metal Wall GX, reducing damage from Metal Goggles, and having Mallow and Lana certainly can give you an edge against your opponent, so 150 can add up as long as your opponent does not do enough damage to you. Zacian V is one of the best Pokemon that you can use to attack within the game, and that's no different in this deck. Being able to quickly accelerate energies with Intrepid Sword, draw cards, and of course we do have those Metal Saucers to bring Pokemon. This is one of the best offensive Pokemon in the game. We have Zamazenta V. This is a card that we almost exclusively use against VMAX decks, and just using Assault Tackle for 130 over and over against a VMAX deck can win you the games as long as you do not overbench your other Pokemon. You have Lily's Pokédoll to get around things such as Mallow Lana, Metal Saucer, getting in and out of Brave Blade, a couple copies of Quick Ball to search out your Pokemon. It might be a little bit weird, but we have an option to go Capture Energy. You can grab LucMetals with Tag Calls. You have access to grabbing Guzmahala to grab a Capture Energy. There's a lot of ways to search out your Pokemon that are a little bit different than other decks, but that's what you got going on. Of course, with all the Brave Blades and Metal Saucers, you want to have access to switch. Switching cards are very important in this deck. Mallow Lana also allows you to switch, so it's very, very important overall. Couple copies of Chaotic Swells just to get around Path to the Peak whenever possible. Boss's Orders pretty much in every deck. We got the whole tag call engine. Of course, it could search out the Lucario Melmetal-GX, as I said, but you could also search out ways to draw cards and get back a supporter. Guzmahala, search your deck for an energy. You can search your deck, or special energy, that is. A Pokemon tool. You can search your deck for a Stadium card. So that's the reason why we play Coating Metal Energy, not because we're worried about fire type decks. Of course we're worried about them, but it is one of those things where it is a searchable metal card in the deck. We got 4 copies of Marnie, a couple copies of Research, and of course just kind of enough metal energies to gel this deck together. Overall, this deck is very easy to play, yet very complex to play. Kind of has a really awkward place in the game, but it is one of those things where I did want to show everyone what an updated list looks like. I've really helped kind of grow this deck as much as possible, really showing this list to Josh Sutherland and kind of really pushing it myself after my Players Cup for second place North America qual runs. Of course, I don't want to take credit for a deck like this because it is one of those pretty basic decks where a lot of people are, but I have pushed a lot of the boundaries for this deck, and I believe this list is very popularized at this point. So a combination between Stefan Ivanov's, Joshua Sutherland's, and even myself putting this deck out there. So it's one of those cool things, and we'll see some gameplay, see exactly what's going on with this deck. So hopefully here, we're not going to be hitting a fire type deck or anything else like that. I mean, the Charizard deck box is scary enough. We would like to go first with this deck if we have the opportunity to do so, but right now, okay, we are going first. Awesome. No, with the Charizard sleeves and the Charizard deck, this could be a little bit spooky. We'll have to see how it goes. It's one of those things where I'm honestly not sure how it's going to go. It's one of those things where we did get the Coating Metal Energy, so maybe we have options. We might have options here. Our opponent's just selecting a Pokemon. That's cool. Guru, that's fine. I honestly don't know what they'd be playing with Guru, but I'm going to go Coating Metal Energy anyways, just to be safe, especially with the deck box and the sleeves. Let's go Chaotic Swell. Yeah, since we already have it in play, there's no reason for me not to play it. Let's go Intrepid Sword. Ooh, and we hit the energy. That's so fire. It's absolutely amazing here. So, we're seeing exactly what they're playing. I honestly can't be certain. I'm fine with a Marnie here, too, as long as we can get an energy. This could just be a quick dub, and I mean, really showing how Zacian can rip an energy, rip a hands. I feel like we're in kind of a commanding position. So far, we still don't know what deck they're playing. We just know that they have the Charizard deck box. Cinderace V, no! It's one of those things where we do not want to be playing against Cinderace V if we have the choice. But if they go Marnie, we might be able to go Boss's Orders and knock out their Cinderace V. That could be huge. We'd also maybe like to get another Pokemon down. Burning Scarf is if it's in the active spot and it's damage where you get burned. I'm fine to get burned. Only one energy there. I'm not going to be attacking with Crimson Legs. They have the extra HP, but we are going to be able to go through that as well. These event tickets have been wild. Boss? That's not a boss. Yeah, I'm going to go Zacian here. I'm going to go Tag Call. I should have double checked through my deck first because that would have been better. I am going to go for a LucMetal. I think LucMetal is going to be very key. When it comes down to Guzmahala, I don't know if I want to be using Guzmahala. We'll have to see exactly what's going on there. There's another Coating Metal Energy. I actually don't think they're going to be able to knock us out. I'm not... I don't think they're able to knock us out. So you want to know what? I'm just going to grab a LucMetal and a Guzmahala. I think that sounds like a very safe plan. I don't see any reason why not to grab those. Welder decks are actually some of my favorite decks. So we are stopping their Giant Hearth if they do play it. I'm just going to go for Guzmahala. Let's search our deck for a Stadium. Let's grab this. So we're going to discard away our... I think we're okay to discard a Metal Saucer, and I'm almost fine discarding a Malolana. I think maybe Marnie, actually. I think these sound fine. I don't necessarily want to change my hand up or anything else like that. So this seems cool to me. I'm going to grab Metal Goggles, this, and of course we have our other Stadium in our hands. So let's go Metal Goggles, attach that to the active, and we're going to go ahead and go for our knockout with Brave Blade. We could even retreat, attach an energy, and go for the knockout if we get it next turn. Okay, there's their energy. Are they going to have the VMAX? How are they really... Okay, so they do have the VMAX. Okay. Marnie, that's completely fine, although that is putting the Coating Metal Energy at the bottom of our deck. Kind of putting us in a really awkward position. We could retreat the Zacian. They also play Charizard Breaks In. We really want to keep our Coating Metal Energy in play. We're also Burns. This is fine-ish. Let's go Cynthia Caitlyn. I'm going to pitch away... I'm I'm going to pitch away Lily's Pokédoll. I really don't want... Actually, I'm going to pitch away the LucMetal. I think that's going to sound a little bit better. Grabbing back the Guzma because we can get the Coating Metal energy eventually out of that. We have the Tag Call, but we won't have enough energies. We can hit into this Pokemon if we really wanted to. I don't think it's worthwhile at this point. So I'm just going to go switch here. And just go Intrepid Sword on this one. I think that sounds like a fair choice. I could go ahead and try to go LucMetal. Thinning that out of the deck, we would have access to Metal Saucer. I could retreat, make that happen. So I'm going to thin the deck a little bit out there, and I'm going to grab a Mallow Lana, just in case. And now I'm going to go for Intrepid. So, we'll see how this really goes. It's kind of an awkward game. And this is what happens when you hit like a random fire deck. Like, you could play against a fire-type theme deck and it can be very scary. We kind of have to like plan around 4 attacks. Their counter might be okay there, actually. It might actually be better for us to go full in with just our... Vs. 260 minus 30. Yeah. Let's just go Guzma, or actually let's go... Yeah, Guzma, discarding the Marnie and the Metal Energy. I don't want to get the minus 30 for the rest of the game. I don't think it's necessarily going to matter too much. I just rather have the steady flow of damage. So there's the Metal Saucer. We're all kind of powered up here. And let's go for Brave Blade. Like, I don't care if we got knocked out by poison. I don't care if we... whatever. They're going to be knocking us out. I think they're just manually building, just trying to draw prize cards. I think we're in a pretty okay spot. Where we could just kind of push with what we have left. I wish we had one more Coating Metal energy, because this matchup would feel way better. Because I can't tell if they play any, like, random healing cards or anything else like that. Also, if they ever put down a Crobat or a Denny, I'm pretty sure they'll just lose the game. So there's their counter. That's the knockout. We're going to send up this to get the knockout back. So we'll just send up the Zacian. We could go ahead here and start powering up the LucMetal. The LucMetal would do the 220 plus the necessary damage that we do want to hit. We could also take away their energies. So let's go with Tag Call here first. I don't think they actually play any Giant Hearth. Let's just grab these two to thin out our deck as much as possible. Cynthia Caitlin. How many Metal Saucers have we gone down? We've gone down 2. There's already the 2 energies in there. So yeah, let's Cynthia Caitlin discarding a Chaotic Swell. I think that could be quite important. And we'll grab back a Marnie because Guzma does not really have too much more use for us. Ooh, the fact that we got this, I'm actually more inclined to do this. So let's go attach. We'll go Metal Saucer, goes down on the bench. And let's go ahead and attack here with Brave Blade. I think this sounds like a very good plan. We might not even be using the LucMetal. So Brave Blade, we're burned. They're going to be able to do 180. Search for 3 cards. That's fine. Switch could be huge. Switch. Lily's Pokédoll. I'm fine with all of these cards. So we'll have to see how they're able to handle this. Are they going to be attached? 5 basic energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon any way you like. Ooh, this is so amazing for us. I'm just going to heal myself. Actually, maybe I'll go switch. Because they're only doing 180. What do they do? I'm burned and confused. Okay, so they're doing 180, which is... I mean, that's fine. Let's just go... Malolana. Switch. Going like this. And like... discarding Quick Ball. Since we have double switch, I am just going to switch back. Let's put Lily's Pokédoll in play. And let's hit them for 230 damage. With the Heat Fire energies, they are at 290, so the LucMetal play would not work. We'd be doing 230 plus 50, 280. So we wouldn't have even got the knockout, really, with everything else going on there. Ooh, the MARACTUS. Okay, so we are a boss away from winning the game. They're just kind of playing some, like, Fire Toolbox deck. So probably just more of, like, a free-to-play player or a deck wizard player. That's fine. But it still gives us options. We have the game with Switch, by the way. Just by going Switch, because it's going to reset the Brave Blade. Chaotic Spell taking care of their Giant Hearth. Are we going to clutch this dub? I still can't tell what they have. They have a lot of cool cards. There's a Houndoom. I think we're going to take this one here, peeps. This is... That was it's a weird game, but you want to know what? Being able to play around with even the coding metal energies and using all of our resources, a lot of times people see fire and they'll give up. And I don't want to be like I'm some kind of extraordinary player or anything that I was able to get around this. It's one of those things where I think I played against an opponent who is a little bit newer to the game. And that's awesome. Everyone can have different skill levels and stuff like that. So we're just going to go switch here. We just got the energy, so we're going to go like that. Give them the well played. And we're gonna take that dub. Even drawing extra prize cards. I think we probably could have gone on to like take out all the rest of their Pokemon because they probably play limited welders. But we totally take those weird matchups. Okay, so we lost the coin flip. We'll see exactly where our opponent puts us. We would like to start first if we have the opportunity to do so. But they're starting first. That's fine. We could start second too. And we have no basic Pokemon, so that's also fine. So let's see exactly what we got going on here. Okay, so they got a couple Pokemon down. They shouldn't put down multiple Pokemon going first. It's really one of those things. I'm honestly not sure what they're playing. Zacian's used in every single matchup, in almost every single matchup, where Zamazenta is not, so it's just generally the safer play. So we'll see what they flip up there. Cramorant, VMAX, Porygon. Okay, so this really seems like a Zamazenta kind of matchup. Lots of coin flipping. Chaotic Spell is probably good in this matchup. Really not a matchup that I would expect to face, but it is what it is. I don't know. It's one of those things where I think Zamazenta would just be a really good start here. They could discard to any of the Pokemon and spit shots. They have options. But they're just playing a very flippy deck. These tournaments have had some crazy decks going on in it. Okay, we take those. Zom. I'm just gonna capture energy for another one if we have the opportunity to do so. Doesn't look like we have one. Let's just go for Zacian then. I think Zacian seems like a good choice. looking through our entire deck. And do I want to go ahead and pitch this hand away so I have Metal Saucer fodder? Yeah, 100%. So, not double Metal Saucer, but I am going to go Metal Saucer on the active Pokemon because on the Zamazenta because we can start taking things down. Let's go ahead and go switch here as well because they might not be able to knock us out. I'm going to go for this to grab out a Cynthia Caitlin and a Malolana, just so we have access to get around things. And it's also thinning out the deck for Intrepid Swords, so we have a higher chance to hit them. So really waiting for our opponent to evolve or not evolve. The fact that they play the Porygon-Z in their deck, I should click on Porygon-Z, tells me that they're not getting out the Porygon-Z or Z, depending on where you live in the world. For me, I just always call it Porygon-Z or just Porygon. And they're going to go Beak Catch. This would be a great turn for us to use Marnie if we had one. Just because we don't want them to get out all the good stuff. So we don't get to see the cards that they're grabbing in their hands. Now, it's one of those things. I'm going to put the Lily's Pokédoll down. I think that totally sounds valid. We could take away their capture energy. We have 2 in our discard pile. I'm just going to go for Cynthia Caitlin and grab back on Marnie. I think that sounds like a good plan. Awesome. So we have some options. We can go ahead here and go for Metal Energy. This is more searchable in the deck if anyone wants to know about that, because there's Guzma Hala available in this deck. Yeah, honestly, I think we're just going to go ahead and go for Assault Tackle. So let's see how they follow it up. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they had either a bunch of special energies in their hands or exactly what they're doing. There's their Porygon-Z, the crazy code one. So as often as they like, they get attached special energy cards from their hand to any of their Pokemon in play. Now, depending on which special energies they have or anything else like that, it can be, it's interesting for sure. Ooh, they're going to be powering up this Maractus. Now, we do have resistance, so that means they are going to have to get 4 heads, 5 heads. So 4 heads would be doing 220. There's another energy. Are they just going to retreat with the... They can always retreat with the recycle energies. Now, they could be playing the stadium that allows them to reflip. I think it's Glimwood Tangle. I was like, wait, what kind of energy is that? So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And currently they'd have to get all heads on that Pokemon. If they do not get all heads on that Pokemon... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they need to get 5 out of 6. Heads, tails, heads, tails, tails, tails. So that's not enough for the knockout, and we're going to wipe out all those energies from our opponent's things. We're just going to go for Mallow and Lana. I'm going to take away both of the other Zacians. I think that sounds totally valid. Let's go switch. Yeah, I don't need those at all. That was actually a crazy turn. So we're going to go like that, go like this. I'm going to switch back because I think that that sounds totally valid. We can always Mallow Lana out of it. I just want to have access to Mallow Lana and attacking back in the same turn. Let's go for Assault Tackle. I don't think it necessarily matters which one I discard, but let's just go for this one just because. So, not really like a huge prize card turn, but it really is one of those things where we did take out 5 of their energies, They have 4 energies in their discard pile. We're setting up for a full Metal Wall GX if they do decide to go for a huge one. Put up to 2 cards from your discard pile, 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile. It's an interesting card. I don't necessarily think it works well in a deck that focuses on special energies, but who am I to judge here? Maractus really seems like their big game plan. I can also focus on their PORYGON-Z, or just use Marnie. I think if they just go Beak Catch, I'm going to go Marnie. That seems to me the best yeah. So really just forcing what our opponent can do, can't do, and really getting set up in the process. I think that's going to be really good. And I know it's an awkward matchup. I thought this was going to be Kramer at VMAX, but you want to know what? It is one of those things where Assault Tackle is doing consistent damage output. So let's go ahead here and go Marnie, lowering our opponent's hand size down. Yep, fewer cards in our hand. That's totally cool. More energies. I'm totally fine with that. 240 minus 20 is 220. Yeah, I'm just going to put that there. Attach an energy to this Pokemon just in case. And go ahead and go for Assault Tackle, drawing a couple prize cards. We have access to boss's orders, so I'm just going to try to go around. Maybe we could go after a Porygon, and then maybe knock out their Crobat. But I mean, I think we're in a good spot anyways. We're just like a little bit low for energies, and they might just be sacrificing for a turn. Depending on what they do, we're just going to take out whatever they throw up to offer. Now, they did send up a Pokemon that only has 2 retreats. I think that's a mistake. I think they should have sent up the Crobat V, because now they'll have to get double recycle energies in order to get out of the active spot. And maybe they have that. They do have the Glimwood Tangle down. So again, really trying to we're going to try to force them out of this for the Maractus to hit as hard as possible. I'm totally fine with the Marnie here, just because Marnie is not going to be doing too much with our hands. Yeah, that's absolutely like a saint. That was a busted catch there with the Marnie. I'd like to get another supporter, but like Sharpen doing 20 really does not faze me. And Guzma Hala is not really going to faze me either. So I'm just going to get set up here with the extra energies in play. Seems like the whole squad be here. And we're a boss's orders away from winning this game at this point. So, see really how they do. Taking out the Porygon, like they'd have to go through 3 Pokemon. I really don't see how they're able to win this game, unless of course we just draw nothing for the rest of the game. Another Porygon. For your Teds, grab one. It's for your deck, not your discard pile. So we'll have to see. So they're going to be doing what? 240 minus 30, 210. So they'd have to get 4 now. So the 20 damage from using Sharpen actually was not that bad of a play. I mean, I still think they're in a disadvantageous position, but it is one of those things where like it's not as bad as what it could be. They need to get 4 heads. If they do not get 4 heads, they are going to lose the game. They also need to get like Aurora energies. They're already down 2 of them. So, I mean, they might not even get the amount of energies necessary for the knockout of the Zamazenta V, and that's why decks like this typically are not the greatest things. They usually just, like, struggle a little bit. There's a 4th energy. And again, they'll have to 5 energies. Are they going to have a 6th energy? Like, currently they don't have the Aurora energy, and they can't even use Powerful Needles. This energy looks green, but it's not a grass type energy. So they're just going ZZ for 0 damage. That is absolutely... I would have retreated there before doing anything else. We're going to go Metal Goggles to protect our Pokemon a little bit more. And at this point, they can't attack with Maractus for the rest of the game. They have to have something different. Let's just discard this because it doesn't matter. They're still going to get all 3 back to their hands. So if they attack us with the Maractus, the reason why if they attack with Maractus that they'd be losing the game is because their Powerful Needles attack. They can go through the Zamazenta, get the knockout. If they get a knockout, that's cool. we just knock them out with Zacian for our last prize card. If they knock out Lucario Melmetal-GX, we just knock them out with Zamazenta or Zacian for our last prize card. They have a better chance of decking us out by bringing up Zacian V with boss's orders and hoping that I somehow mess this game up. But they're really, what a lot of players do is just like continuously go for the main strategy. Maybe they're just playing for fun and they're going to see if they can get the knockout with powerful needles. But decks like this really fall within a lower tier, like a tier 4 deck, more like a meme deck or a league play deck. Now, I think they need a 5th energy now because they'd be doing 240 minus 50, 190 plus 20, 210. So they really need the 5th energy. They can't even get the knockouts, even if they get all 4 heads. So you can see that, like, just through a few, like, different ways of playing, we could just absolutely run through our opponent's deck. And well played to our opponent. I mean, it's a super cool deck, but LucMetal can just, it goes through the most random decks out of all of them. We totally take those dubs. And that's what we got going on for our video today, peeps. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this LucMetal gameplay. The deck can be quite dominating, even if you hit some random matchups. It kind of has a game plan against everything, and yeah, like we were able to beat a fire type deck. Even like after non-recorded, I was able to beat a Catterday deck. LucMetal is kind of one of those catch-all decks. Of course, you could lose to like Shadow Rider, E-turns, or decks that play like Phoebe, but it is very inherently powerful. And I do think it's a deck that a lot of players should try to understand. I mean, it is getting rotated out in a little bit, but it is one of those things. Try to learn as much about Pokemon because there's a lot of residual knowledge. If you haven't already, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out the description for the list and some of my sponsors. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have yourself a great one, and peace out. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's become a channel member. It's one of those things where I appreciate every single person who watches my videos, and I mean, that's really where it counts, but for the channel members, they've gone out of their way to financially support me, and I truly appreciate that gesture. It's one of those things when I started channel memberships up on my channel, and I just didn't know if anyone was ever going to do it, so I truly appreciate everyone taking the plunge, taking a leap of trust, and investing in me as a content creator. Truly makes a difference for me each and every month. If you haven't already thought about becoming a channel member, you might want to contribute to the channel, and I do put everything back into the channel to make it the best possible place to watch for Pokemon TCG content. Again, I truly appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Cheers. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.